Guys, welcome and excuse the mess. We are in the moving. We are moving, so things might not be as neat. So don't get distracted by the mess, but just focus on the video. The title of this video is going to be how to cook African food in 20 or 30 minutes instead of 2 hours. All you Africans out there, you know how long it takes to cook our food, right? So I have figured this out. Looky here. You know what's boiling in this pot? Should I shut it off? Let me shut it off for a little bit. Let me grab my cooking spoon. This is not mine. I'm cooking this for a customer. She ordered some potato greens, Liberian potato greens and rice. So I'm making her stuff, but I want to show you. Well, it's several customers, not one customer, of course. But you see right here, that's cow foot, gizzard, chicken gizzard. That's oxtail. And we all know these things can take hours and hours to cook, correct? Now, if you have a pressure cooker, oh, wonderful. You can put it in your pressure cooker. I don't, but I do my pressure cooker on the stove. And what I do is, after you wash them properly with some vinegar and some lime and some salt, you wash them out of the package from the supermarket and rinse it with some warm water 2 or 3 times first. Then I boil it for like 30 minutes in the pot. And when you boil it, you're going to notice, I should have kept the picture. Anyway, when you first boil them, you're gonna notice some foam and stuff on the top of the water, right? See, the water is clear, but those of you who cook them first, when you boil them, you notice some kind of foam on top of the water. I rinse that 3 times. I take it off the stove after it comes to a good boil for like 20 minutes. I waste it in the sink, dump everything in the sink, wash the pot or rinse the pot, rinse the meat again, put them back in the pot, put some fresh clean water back in there. Put it back on the stove, let it boil for like another 20 minutes or so. If I see any more foam or any greasy fat oil, I will dump it in the sink. I will repeat the process. Once that is done, and you put everything back in the pot, then you can put your seasoning in there and then cook them for at least 30, because you have cooked it twice already, right? You cook it for at least 30 minutes. Right now it's ready for me to put I just put a little pinch of sea salt there. But now I can put all my seasoning and flavor, whatever I want to put in there, you Africans. Now you can put all your seasoning and all your flavoring, your stock fish. Hold on, let me show you what I got up in here. Now you can dump all these good ingredients here. We got that shrimp, but it's like dry. African call it dry shrimp. I think it was dry on the fire outside somewhere. And this we call this we call this dry fish. I don't know what kind of fish they dry. Dry. That smoked turkey you see there. And there's some smoked turkey underneath there. So it's gonna be, the ingredients will be dry shrimp, dry fish, smoked turkey, hold on, and the rest of these guys in the pot. Now what I just showed you with the smoked fish and the dry turkey and all that stuff, you can put them in here now in this pot. Put all your seasoning, your pepper and everything, put them in there, cover it up and let it boil for like 20 or 30 minutes. When it's done boiling, you let it cool down. You don't want it to be hot. Let it cool down. And then you get yourself a Ziploc bag, right? It's already cooked now. You get yourself a Ziploc bag. You can use, if you have a family, then you can use the gallon size Ziploc bag. If you are a single person, you can use, I use the little, the Ziploc bag size. It's called the quart size. Yeah, quart. I use that size. And what do? I begin to measure. If I'm cooking for myself, I may put 2 pieces of the cow skin, a cow foot, 2 pieces of oxtail, 2 pieces of dry fish, 2 or 3 pieces of smoked turkey, 1 or 2 pieces of chicken. I put that in 1 quart size Ziploc bag. Plus, I take some of the broth, the water in here. Take some of that. Use this spoon like this. See this? Use 2 or 3 of scoop of this and put it in that same bag. Zip it up. Put it in the freezer. Sometimes we have 4 or 5 bags, maybe 10 bags of that in the freezer. If you have a big family, you cook for your family, you might want to get a bigger pot, but just follow the instruction. So when this is cooked and well seasoned, you let it cool down. Let it season just like you want to cook pepper soup. African, know what I'm talking about. Intro, get out of my bags. Thank you very much. You see, I went grocery shopping, right? So she has her nose in my bag. I told her to get out. She turned around, look at me. Like I said, we're moving, so things are all over the place. So now back to the video. After you make a nice big pot with all your ingredients, you clean it like I said in the video earlier. You put all your ingredients, you season it with the pepper, the seasoning, just how you like it. It's cooled off, you put it in a Ziploc bag. You can use 3 or 4 or 5 Ziploc bags, whether the quart size or the gallon size, put them in the freezer. Now you want to come home, you're hungry, you're tired, you want to cook. All you got to do is grab one of those Ziploc bags that's already cooked and well seasoned. Grab one bag of those things in the freezer that you just put there. Grab 1 bag or 2 bags. In the morning when you're going to work, maybe you put it in the sink or put it in the fridge so it can defrost. When you come home, your meat stock is already cooked and seasoned and flavored, defrosted. Now you want to cook pepper soup. Hold on. That's my own pepper soup I'm cooking for myself today. Now you want to cook, let's say, potato greens. And you want to cook the red oil potatoes greens. You get a potato green, most of us we don't get it fresh. If you get it fresh, wonderful. If you get a frozen one, you defrost, you take it out of the fridge, and you take your bag of meat stock, both of them out of the freezer, put them in the fridge. Then you come home, your potato greens that was frozen is already defrosted. Your meat stock is defrosted. What you do, you take the bag of Ziploc bag with the meat and all the nice seasoned flavor with all the water, the juice, dump it in a pot. Dump your potato greens in the pot. Cover it up. In 20 minutes, it's done. Are you with me? But you got to do the preparation ahead of time. See, so I do this on the weekend and put all my stuff in the freezer. So when I want to cook, even one day, I don't go to work, I just feel like cooking something. I just grab 1 bag of my Ziploc bag with all my meat that's already seasoned. I just put it in the pot. Blend some okra. Raw, put the okra there with the meat. In 10 minutes, 20 minutes, you have okra sauce. I hope I made this easy and simple. But the hard part is to do all of this stuff first. So on the weekends, on your days off, go shopping, buy all the meat, stock fish, all the meat your family like to eat. Take the hard meat that can take 2 hours to cook them good. Put all the rest of the meat when it's done, put them in there, season them properly with the pepper and everything. Let it cool off, begin to divide them into portions in a Ziploc bag, depending on the size of your family. When you feel like cooking, you just take 1 bag or 2 bags, put it in the pot, put your okra there, you got okra sauce. The next day, you want to eat cassava leaf, take your bags of meat that's already cooked and seasoned, take that bag, put some cassava leaf there in the pot, you cook. I've done this now, so I'm speaking from experience. Within 20 to 30 minutes, I have a pot of potato greens done, ready. The rice I cook fresh every day or every other day. This is a rice cooker. That one you can cook. 10 minutes, the rice is done. But this one takes 2 hours. If we got to cook this from scratch every day, Africans, they will take 2 hours. And you know that. Tell the truth now. But now I try to design to make your job easier. So you don't have to take 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Potato greens is done. Cassava leaf is done. Palm butter is done. Flour sauce is done. Even pepper soup and fufu. I can still use the same Ziploc bag with all the seasoned meat, dump in the pot. If I want to put anything extra there, put it there, make pepper soup. Cook your fufu. Mothers, wives, even husbands, single, don't matter who you are. This is how you can make your life easier. Instead of spending 2 hours in the kitchen slaving, you can spend that 2 or 3 hours on the weekends, on your days off. Cook all your main course like this, all the broth, and season it properly, put it in the freezer. Then you can come and cook during the week. 20, 30 minutes, you are done out of the kitchen. Then you have all that time to spend with your family. You have all that time to study your homework. If you're going to school, college, university, PhD, you can spend all that time reading your book, reading your Bible. You can spend all that time writing your book or going for a walk on your Fitbit, get exercise, catching up with things, building your business, building your ministry. Instead of spending 2 hours every day in the kitchen to cook, you can spend 20 to 30 minutes in the kitchen. Another even best way, you can cook all your food also on the weekend. Portion them, put them in the freezer, Ziploc bags. So you come home, you take your bag of potato greens that's already cooked, and you defrost it, you warm it up, you give it to your family. There's no difference. What's the difference? We here in America, we go to the supermarket, we buy frozen food, we defrost it, we eat it. What's the difference between our frozen food and your own frozen food? The difference is yours is home cooked, it is tasty, and it has no additive, no preservative, no chemicals in there, no byproducts. Well, maybe not. But are you with me? Let's make life easier. So this is how I do my own. I might even start to make a business out of this. Cook it, season everything, put in the Ziploc bag, put in the freezer section. You go buy, you just get 1 bag. Most Africans know we use pretty much the season. We use the same base of seasoning pretty much for anything you cook in pepper soup, fufu and soup. Even how to make chuck rice and gravy. I will make another video to make your life easier. Everything will be prepared ahead of time. All you gotta do is cook a fresh pot of rice. But before I go on, please don't forget to subscribe, share, invite, leave your comment in the comment section. If you have even better idea, please put it down. Let's discuss now. I don't claim to be perfect, but whatever idea I discover, I would love to share with everybody. And this is not just for Africans, Americans, Indians, Chinese, and Haitian, Caribbean, those people who take 2 hours to cook their authentic native food. You can do the prep ahead of time almost the same way as I just show you. Angel, what you gotta say for the people? What you gotta say? Where is my bone? Give me. Where is that bone you was eating? Where is it? Where is it? Give me my bone. God bless you. This is Miss Angel and Dagnet. You see the bone? Now you can fit. Ready? And I'm gonna dump all of this in here in this pot. Put some seasoning, salt. I don't need any pepper. This is all my pepper. That's habaneros and Scotch bonnet hot pepper. When it boils, it will be soft enough, and I'll just mash it in the stuff. So this is my base thing. I'm making potato greens, red potato greens for a customer. I'm making vegetable soup, and I'm also making kidney beans. But I'll come back and show you a video for each of those. So these guys gonna get in there right now. So since I'm holding the camera, I have to put this down, and then I'll show you after I put it inside. Now you see now. See your broth, this is going to cook for like 20 minutes. And then, if I wasn't cooking for the customers, if I were making this for myself, when everything is done, take it off the stove, let it season, put some all your seasoning, whatever seasoning you want, salt, pepper, Maggi. You know there's a video by Maggi, right? But anyways, people will see video and they still want to do their own thing. So, whatever you're seasoning to flavor it, salt, black pepper, rosemary, thyme, jerk flavor, Cajun seasoning, Lowry seasoning, whatever accent, whatever you put to season your food, you know, you put it there according to your tastes, and dump it in here. And this cook real good. I will put some more water in there because I'm going to use the broth. I will fill this up a little bit more to where that little round knot is in the pot. See right there, I will fill the water up a little bit, then it'll boil down for 20-30 minutes, and you taste it. It even smells good right now. And then when it cools down, then you portion them in your Ziploc bag. I say Ziploc bag because it's easy. If you have 10 of those in your freezer, it's easier than if you use bowls. But whatever you want to use to store them is up to you. These are just suggestions. It's not gospel. Are you with me? Then you cool this down, put it in your bag, put it in the freezer. You want to cook eba and egusi soup the next day, you just take one bag of this nice, delicious looking broth here with all the meat. You take one bag out of the Ziploc bag, out of the freezer, excuse me. Put it in the fridge on your way to work or in the morning when you wake up, even if you're home. Let it defrost. When you're ready to cook, you open the bag, put it in the pot. Put your egusi, everything in there. In 20 minutes, your food is ready. You see what I'm saying? Life easy. For all of you who lives I have made easy by sharing this nice tip, you owe me. Then put in the comment section, you owe me at least to subscribe, at least to share, and at least to comment, and at least to like, share, subscribe, comment, and invite others and share it all over. Thank you. This is Dagnet and Miss Angel, the African blogger. Are you with me? I appreciate you. This is going to be the final product. I'm going to let this boil for maybe 10 more minutes. Remember, look at the color. The color has changed. It's well seasoned. It's well flavorful. It tastes delicious. Now once this cool off, you grab all your Ziploc bag or your storage bag and portion them according to the size of your family or the size of your belly if you live alone. And you can make 3, 4, 5, like I said. Ziploc bags, portions. Put them in the freezer. When you're ready to cook, you just take one bag out, put in the pot, and whatever you want to cook, add it to the pot in 10, 20, maybe 30 minutes maximum. You got a full dinner ready. So you don't have to cook from scratch every day, and you can save your valuable time to spend doing things that are important to your life, your health, your family, your marriage, your career, your business or businesses, your ministry. Let's stop wasting time 2-3 hours in the kitchen, Africans, or whoever spend 2-3 hours in the kitchen cooking to come back the next day to do the same thing. You add those hours up, we're in the week, we're in the month, we're in the year, we're in the decade. Look how many hours you have wasted. You see now you have discovered Dagnet, you have discovered my channel, the African blogger, you have discovered this. So what you gonna do about it? You're gonna implement this into your life. So I want to hear all your comments, all your suggestions, your likes, your dislikes. Listen, the hours I'm gonna save you, you should pay me back by what? Subscribing, inviting, liking, share, and commenting. This is Dagnet and Miss Angel. What you go at? Angel! Please excuse the mess, so we are moving. Angel! Remember that bone I gave her earlier? That cow foot? This is the rest of it. Remember I was cooking that earlier? This is my potato greens. You see this broth? That's the broth that I used when I just boiled the meat. See here? All of this here is going to go in the Ziploc bag. Well cooked, well seasoned, well flavorful. This is going to go in the Ziploc bag with a nice, delicious broth. The next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I want to cook cassava leaf. I will take my Ziploc bag out, dump it in the pot, dump in my potato greens. In 20 minutes, 30 minutes, your food is done. This one is going to go in the pot. These guys are going in the freezer in maybe 2 or 3 bags. You see how cooking can be so easy. In 20, 30 minutes, these potato greens will be done, cooked, ready, well seasoned and flavorful, tasty, delicious, spicy. But only 20, 30 minutes it takes to cook if you do all the preparation ahead of time and store all your ingredients in the freezer. This is all, everything here in this bowl you're looking at, in this little bowl. I will put it in a Ziploc bag. I just took them off the pot, so it's kind of hot. I wanted to cool off a little bit. Once it cooled up, it's going in my Ziploc bag. And you do your portion size based on the size of your belly, based on the size of your family. If you're a single person, this can be at least 3 quart size Ziploc bag. If you have a big family, you can take this whole bowl and put it in the Ziploc bag. When you're ready to cook, just take out the whole bag out of the freezer, dump it in the pot, dump your potato greens if that's what you're cooking that day, or dump your cassava leaf if that's what you're cooking that day, palm butter, whatever you're cooking, dump the meat in there, put the main ingredients in there, the potato greens, the cassava leaf, boil them 20-30 minutes, it's done. That's it. The only thing you might add, maybe if it doesn't have enough salt or seasoning, you may add a little bit, but you taste it along as you go along, as you're cooking. You see how life is easy? Spending 2 hours. Sometimes when we think about it, 2-3 hours we have to cook. Sometimes we don't even want to cook because of that. But if all your stuff are already pre-cooked, pre-packaged, pre-portion size and everything, makes cooking easy. This can become pepper soup. You can just drink this just as it is. You can even boil some potatoes, Irish potato, red potato, sweet potato. You can boil them, bake them, and this here is cooked. Look how easy life is. You can teach your sons and daughters who can have a whole new generation that don't have to waste 2 hours in the kitchen just because we have to eat some nice, delicious African, Liberian, Nigerian, food. And all of you who are Indians and Chinese, wherever you're from, I'm sure to cook your native, authentic cultural dishes. I'm sure it takes some time as well. Well, follow the same formula, my friend. Just replace these ingredients with whatever ingredients you cook with. Unless your cooking takes 20 minutes, then bless you. Us Africans and some people from the Caribbean, they understand what I'm talking about. They're going to comment in the section. Bless you. You guys, here is the finishing product. I decided to put everything, this is a gallon size Ziploc bag. So I decided to put the remaining ingredients into the Ziploc bag. Everything in this bag is cooked, is soaking and stewing in its own broth. It's cooked, it's seasoned, spicy to your taste. And you take this Ziploc bag. If you have a big family, this can be filled up. But whatever's in this Ziploc bag, make sure it should be good enough to cook one pot of meal for you or for your family. So you don't have to defrost and defrost. You go back and forth, defrosting, it may start to get sour and go bad. That's why I say portion the size. If you've been cooking for yourself or for your family, you should be able to estimate how many pieces of meat and all the stuff. Estimate approximately what to put in the Ziploc bag. I could have put this into 2 quart size bag, but I just decided to put it in the Ziploc bag for now. That's all. Are you with me? So you don't want to keep taking it out. You put it back, defrost, it will start getting sour. So use the quart size bag. Maybe you can take out 2 or 3 quart size bag, defrost it, dump it in a pot. That should be a meal for your family for the day or for 3 days or for the week. It's up to you, but make your measurement properly. But everything here is cooked, flavored, and seasoned. You want to cook something, you put everything in the freezer. You can have 4 or 5 of these bags, put them in the freezer. You want to cook, you take out 1 bag, but make sure that 1 bag should be enough to feed your family, or put it right back in the freezer when you're done. Take half of it, put the rest back in the freezer, and the second time you take it out, you finish with that bag. So you don't take it out 3, 4, 5 times. It might start getting sour. The purpose is to save time and food and money, not to waste. Are you with me? Now you take this bag out of the freezer, dump it in your pot, put your potato greens there, maybe you might put a little bit of pepper, maybe a little bit more salt or something, and cook the rice, and you're done. 20-30 minutes, your food is done. If you do the preparation in the beginning, on your weekends, on your day off. You see, people usually go shopping, they buy the chicken, the meat, the fish, whatever it is, and it's in the same original package that it came from the supermarket, soaking in its own blood and whatever kind of water in there, bacteria, who knows, and they just pop it in the freezer. When they want to cook, they take it out in the sink and defrost it, they rinse it out, and they cook it. Are you with me? But look at, you have this now. If you feel like eating anything, at least you know in 20-30 minutes, whatever you desire to eat, you will have it done and ready in 20-30 minutes. You see, everything here is cooked in this nice stew down there. Juice, water, what you want to call it, stew or soup. But you see, broth is ready to cook. So beloved, let's learn to minimize the waste of let's stop wasting time and money and food. I never ever purchase food or chicken or meat or anything and put them in the freezer in the same package. I always take it out of the package. Now this idea to pre-cook them before, I got it from a sister, Lydia. But I added my own to it to improve it, and it's perfect. But before this, I used to take it out of the package and wash it with salt and vinegar and lime and lemon to get the freshness and everything out, and then season it, and then put it in a Ziploc bag, portion size, and put it in the freezer. But it was all uncooked, raw. Then when I want to cook, I take 1 bag out and cook. But this makes life easier and better. Now it's already cooked, flavorful, seasoned. Take 1 bag, put it in the pot. Whatever you want to cook that day, dump it in the pot. With that, you're done. You have a family meal or a meal for yourself for the week or for the day. I want to hear your comments, your suggestions. Try this. Let's talk. Let's share ideas. You might have a better idea, put in the comment section. If this is the best idea you ever heard, put it in the comment section. But most of us, share, subscribe, invite, like. Thank you.